Welcome to another exciting episode of Full Circle. I'm your host as always, Harmon Jr. Please find me at Harmon Jr. online websites.
And I'm Jared Fradette. You can find me at Tumilo, not singing a song because I have none in my heart.
Oh, damn.
I don't know. I just couldn't come up with something witty in time. So we have an exciting show for you today. We'll be talking about streaming at large. All of it. All 57 new streaming applications that you must buy to stay relevant.
Yes, and it's cable dead. We'll be talking about Ringfit. If you haven't known, it's the Nintendo Switch's new workout peripheral game. Will you lose weight? Will you have fun? Will you do both? Find out now.
But first and foremost, we'll be talking about Blizzcon.
Woo!
That's right, the con brought to you by the people who support China. Wait, no. Produce Blizard games. Sorry. My jab there is, of course, that despite the fact that less than a week ago, all of the internet was up in arms that Blizzard had seemingly backed China against Hong Kong, the con is now going on and considered a raging success.
Yeah, so it was this past weekend.
How fickle you are, internet.
You know, I was honest, before we get into the BlizzCon news, I was honestly wondering, will BlizzCon take a hit? No, like all social media has been like, yay, Blizzard, yay, announcing the things we knew they would announce.
But
I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with it, it's just...
Odell, this isn't Blizzard, this is BlizzCon. They have different names entirely.
Clearly. But leaving the political side of that alone, we saved that for one show. BlizzCon happened this weekend, and what did they announce? Pretty much everything we already expected them to. Diablo 4 is coming out. You know what Diablo is? You know, you get your little minions, you get a little... They brought back the Druid class, so maybe.
Ooh.
Maybe. Especially because I think Diablo 4 is going to be on the Switch. And, like, Diablo looks like a game should be on the Switch, honestly. Like, the top-down... Like, when I play games like that, like on PlayStation and Xbox, I'm just like, why?
Why am I turning away, like, my huge graphic cards on this QLED TV for a chess game?
Yeah.
I don't need these rendered in such high graphics.
Pretty much. But, yeah, so Diablo 4 is coming out with the Druid class. Might play that. Overwatch 2, which people were speculating would happen. They were saying maybe a Chapter 2, but no, officially Overwatch 2 was announced.
Okay, so I have a question overall about Overwatch 2 and, like, Fortnite Chapter 6 and things. Like, okay. I don't understand why we break these games up if you can still... So, okay, is Overwatch 2 going to be a literally different game incompatible with playing on Overwatch 1?
Okay.
Like, because Fortnite chapters 1 through 6 are still just Fortnite, all playable on the same game.
All right. Well, you know, Fortnite is free to play, first of all, so it just is. It just is constantly evolving. It's seasons. That's what they do. You know, Fortnite is in seasons.
There we go.
So I believe free to play games. I like that format. You know, it's like it keeps
it interesting,
and plus, you know, it changes stuff, new maps, characters, yada yada yada. So that's okay. Overwatch 2 is legit the sequel
game
to Overwatch.
Right, and will not be able to interact with the previous version of the game.
Okay, that I don't know.
Okay.
That I don't know.
I mean, if it follows...
Let the record show, I do not know.
I mean, if it follows basic gaming principle, it shouldn't be able to.
It shouldn't. I don't see why it would.
And if it follows basic sequel premises for fighting games named 2, we should be getting a ton of hats in this version. You actually are. There's a lot of cosmetic changes and different... That's right.
It's not like they're literally...
Overwatch 2, too many hats to you. 2?
I mean, it's not like they're literally...
Hats taken to the limit. Okay,
all right.
I'll stop.
All right, also before World of Warcraft Shadowlands was announced, if you play World of Warcraft, it's a new expansion. There's a new bad guy. Spend hours raiding, collecting items, and yada, yada, yada. I'm not a fan of World of Warcraft.
You know what was interesting?
I'm not a fan of MMOs. Let me just say that.
I agree with you, but I find it ironic we don't, considering that think about how much time we spend away grinding in Pokemon, which is basically just the same thing you do in any of these games, right? You just grind away mining things and resources.
This is true, but okay, I'm not saying I'm all about graphics. I'm not saying like, graphic and smooth fidelity of the game, but there's something about grinding in Pokemon or any RPGs and grinding doing this. And then there's like the 16-bit animation, something going, I'm dead.
Right, okay.
Or in the literal grinding of, oh, you gotta chop down this tree that literally takes like 200 strikes. So I'm literally just standing in front of a static item going,
right? Like,
and it's not even like they're doing cool. They're literally, I might as well be the animation.
I'll say the two things that I think maybe... Okay, so, like, in World of Warcraft, right, if you really want to advance, you have to join a guild and fight with a team, which I was never good at. I'm not talking like me and Odell can join. Like, we need a team of, like, 6 to 8 players, which I'm like, no. Even in high school, I was like, no.
See, here's the thing I don't like about games like that. And this isn't the only game. Any game that involves, like, a mass amount of people, like, more than probably your actual friends in real life.
So a massive multiplayer?
Yeah.
Online.
Yeah. And involves, like...
role-playing game. Sorry. In case you weren't sure what an MMORPG was that we were talking about.
But, like, where everyone has to, like, do their role and job. So, like, if I'm the healer, I'm literally about to spend the next hour fighting this thing going...
I mean, but that... If you're a healer, hopefully you like that class.
And then,
in the same way that anybody likes the class.
Attack healing orb. I don't know. Those specific MMOs in World of Warcraft style, to me, is like the equivalent of like counting pennies.
But isn't that just the same as like Final Fantasy as a series?
At least I got like legit. No, I will say like at least
that's an MMO JRPG.
First of all, it's not an MMO.
I know.
Mine is the Final Fantasy Online. But anyway, at least Final Fantasy are accompanied with what hopefully is a great story. Characters that you love, and character development.
And they are largely turn-based games.
Yes, turn-based, which, if I wanted to, I can be like, let me put the controller down and, like, do something else.
It's like, okay, let me use the restroom and take care of humanly needs, wash the grease off my face, come back.
Whereas in, like, World of Warcraft I wasn't pressing F12, run over R, X in the rhythm for the... Like, no, that's the thing that it's monotonous. It's literally the monotonous thing you can do in a video game. You can't leave. Like, you can't pause. And it's just like...
Which, again, in Pokemon grinding, you completely can. Not to mention, I don't have to pay attention in Pokemon grinding. I can go to the... There's always a place in every Pokemon game that's, like, designated for you to just go back and forth without looking. X and Y was in front of the daycare, just left and right arbitrarily, right? And I know my first Pokemon, the first attack it has will take care of it. Okay. And I can be watching TV the whole time. This is like, you're the TV, I'm just watching. It's just like, so I don't, it's like I can multitask and it breaks the monotony. And if I'm tired of it, I can just put it down and we're good.
Oh man, like my first roommate in college played WoW, and like I would just look at him and just be like, man, this, like, I've literally seen raids fall apart because, someone accidentally fell off the cliff, or now we're like here and it's just like, guess we gotta start this whole process over again. That took 2 hours to get here, and I'm just like, no.
I will say, I was going to say at the start of the World of Warcraft topic, under the topic of BlizzCon that we're talking about here on Full Circle Podcast. Thank you. I was surprised in high school, it was like senior year, suddenly, I forget, like, the various friends and band started admitting that they were playing WoW. They're like, you play WoW? Like, and suddenly it's like half the people around me all played WoW, and I was like, that's what y'all are doing? Like,
I mean, hell, my PC could barely handle like Yahoo Messenger at the time.
I mean, I don't know. I just found it was an incredibly popular game that is still around. I don't know. Maybe they're still playing it. I
wonder what the computing requirements for WoW was when we were in high school, because I feel like mine was nowhere near it.
Somewhat, slightly above RuneScape. I think my computer could have handled it.
And also, this was still like the time where the computer, I don't know about your house, was just like awkwardly in the living room. It was like the family computer. We had the point is the computer wasn't just somebody, it was like everybody. So
no, I had a personal computer.
Excuse me.
No. To be fair, my father, who worked in IT, would just perpetually come home with random computer parts. And so you could assemble them all into numerous computers.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense. Well, yeah, but my computer's... So I highly doubt I could be at the computer for, like, the time needed to play WoW.
Let alone this is the era of dial-up. So you needed to be off to receive phone calls.
Depending on when in high school... I remember this was the time where Roadrunner came out, and
it was a transition period. So probably by high school, yes, but I think again,
dial up definitely not.
By the time we were on before high school, yeah. But
so
BlizzCon.
BlizzCon that happened. Oh, Overwatch 2 announced a new character. Was it Sojourn? Like
a sojourn. I was like,
she's a black woman from Canada. She's a new hero.
Canadian.
And also, real quick, I think it's cool. What?
Just she go. I can imagine her voice acting now. Sorry. Sorry. That's all she does.
I kind of want her to do that.
Thank you. Her big finishing move. We play "Oh Canada" and just a tree comes up and murders you. Does she have a what is her character class? Do we know? Is this too much to ask on the fly?
Okay, blah 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 blah. Brief look, blah 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 blah. Blah 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 blah. I don't know.
We do not know her character class or how she will be playing, but she will be coming to an Overwatch 2 near you.
Yeah. But I think it's funny. Overwatch 2 is probably the most diverse game that's ever existed, point blank period. And it feels so natural. It's diverse literally in humans, non-humans, class of characters,
shape, size, color, orientation.
Yeah, it's just, and none of them feel forced.
Mm-mm.
When I found out Tracer was lesbian, I was just oh, yeah,
that makes sense.
I can see that. And they had the Christmas thing where she was with her girlfriend, and it was just this
that makes sense.
It's not that I just assumed she was, but now that I know this, I don't A, feel like it was forced upon to appease anyone, and B, it was totally believable. And C, they handled it with such, I don't want to say class, but I would just say they handled it in a natural way. It was just here's her girlfriend. It was just there's her girlfriend. It's oh yeah.
Well, I was gonna say it's kind of the way that J.K. Rowling handled Dumbledore being gay after the series. Obviously, the sexuality doesn't have to be the point of the character, but, a couple years after the series has gone dead, to arbitrarily throw out random new facts that seem sensational, well, you're not really, supporting, an LGBTQ right there. You're just, it feels more like you're using the sexuality to create buzz. It's the token black character. Yeah, look at this thing. It's okay, well, okay, cool.
Right. So, BlizzCon 2019. They have recovered.
Apparently.
Yeah.
During that pause, I thought of a great transition about some sort of pun on circle and ring to talk about Wii Fit. To talk about Nintendo Switch's Ring Fit.
Alright, I'm not gonna lie. You're usually good. I'm gonna give you a 2 out of 10 on that.
Yeah,
one.
That was a stinker. Oof.
Alright, so it's okay. We still got a lot of show left.
So, from the makers who brought you the Wii Fit several years ago, now comes the Ring Fit for the Nintendo Switch. We're talking, of course, about Nintendo. Okay, so my problem, I have a light in this, and it comes down to this. Nintendo has had so many failed apps, right? We've tried
talking about actual phone apps.
Okay. Right? Animal Crossing the app, Miitomo the app, Mario Kart the app.
Wait, real quick, pause. I remember when everybody was playing Miitomo, it was crazy. Real quick, pause again. Apparently, Mario Kart globally is breaking app sales, app records, app sales. It's actually getting a incredible amount of revenue from the game. I don't know what people are buying, but they are. So I personally think it's not that great, but from a financial standpoint, it's been a huge success. So
fair enough.
Yay. Don't make it good.
Right. So, when we get a fitness game, I'm this would have been a perfect way to niche into the fitness app. You could already pull in all the data you're getting from your watches and your phones and your smart beds and your smart scales. That could have already
smart beds.
Yeah, the one how your phone can monitor your sleep. The smart bed does the same thing.
Oh. What a time to be alive.
We have smart faucets now. You can say, "Give me 4.3 ounces of water," and it dispenses that.
Oh, okay. I like real quick.
Yes.
I'm gonna do this all episode. I saw a commercial for like one of the smart faucets where like you could tell it to pour water, like just literally on, and it does. And the commercial's like people have like a pitcher in the sink. They're like fill the pitcher, and there was like one where like a dog's like barking like because the bowl's there, and it fills the bowl. I'm just like, all right, this is stupid.
No, I like it.
No, it's stupid because you have to physically get up to put something in the sink under the faucet for it to have water in the faucet.
No,
at that point,
if you're cooking, you've got things in your hands. You like fill it up or just put it down, or you like if you're family reunions, you've made the concentrate sweet tea, and now you need to fill up the pitcher with the rest of the water to dilute it.
But you're already at the sink putting the pitcher under the sink.
No, you put it under there, and then you go off and you finish the casserole. And you don't have to be worried about when it's going to overflow. Speaking of overflowing, the Ringfit seems excessive. It seems excessive to me in the sense that, right, the main activities you're doing are body motions and jogging and things, which, again, I get the Switch is supposed to be kind of on the go, but the Ringfit is very much you using the little device and you're not holding the Switch. So if Nintendo really is trying to motivate people to go out and exercise, it would seem like you should have had the app, which can already monitor things. Again, praise to Nintendo, though, that the Joy-Cons can do so many things by just attaching one to a steering wheel and one to your hip. That's impressive.
They can measure all your biometrics, which I'm surprised. I'm like, what can the Joy-Cons not do at this point?
Does it know your blood type?
I wouldn't be surprised if it did.
Just like little tiny micro needles, just like.
Yeah, I mean, I know the IR sensor because of the Labos can do like be God essentially. But the fact that you put your thumb on it and it reads your biometrics, I'm like, what did y'all not put in these things?
See, this is my other light complaint about the Ring Fit in general, is it's more of a series of excessive equipment you have to buy for things. So like, where's your Wii Fit stand? I don't know. Where's all the Rock Band equipment? In the trash. Where's all the Labo stuff that you just assembled and it's sitting out?
It's nicely in a corner and like play with it.
It's we gotta Marie Kondo this and like, does this bring you joy? Do you need a stack of cardboard?
I mean, it's cardboard. All right, so this is I think how it's not a problem. And think of Legos. When you build Legos, they're taking up physical space once you assemble it.
It's true.
And you're not about to like deassemble it.
I did.
Okay, your random collection of Legos that you make like random.
No, this was the entire Harry Potter Lego set.
Okay,
we're talking the castle, the dungeon, the towers, the cars, the train station.
If most people spend time building
Hagrid's hut.
Oh, well, how dare you! If most people spend time building the Lego Death Star, how is that going to be like? I built it. It's taking up space. I'm about to deassemble it. Most people are just going to be like, it's done. I'm gonna like open it, show people off, close it, and put it,
But there's a functionality to Lego sets in the sense that you can continue to play with them, as well as they reach a certain threshold where it crosses from knick-knack into display piece. Like it needs to be so large. So like if it's a Death Star and it's taking up a displayable amount of space, then it's a talking point and it serves a purpose. If it's a bunch of small cardboard things lumped in a pile in the corner, that's not a display talking piece. That's just clutter.
All right. Well, specifically talking about the Ring Fit, literally the circle's like yay big. That takes up literally
fair enough
space.
That's fair.
Second thing, you don't have to buy the ring, like the tube like comes with the game. You're not have to buy it.
But it is at a plus to the base value of 60 for most Switch games. It's now like 70.
Is it?
I believe so.
I thought it was just regularly 60.
We can Google it while we continue talking about it.
All right, let's see. Quick Ring Fit Adventure.
It cost.
Oh no.
Oh.
Shopping.
It cost. Yeah, $80. An additional $20 for a circular piece of plastic. Which, again, we should note, just holds one of the Joy-Cons.
All right. Price alone, this is why I don't think it's a problem.
Excessive.
I mean, it costs money. First, I don't think it wants you to go outside. Like, it's meant to be played. Like, there's many circuit exercises where people work out at home in place. Taibo, what was that? What was the other one? something 80, something that was real big. Insanity.
Prancer-sizing.
I don't know, but you know, those things were just literally like, those tapes were like $80 a pop.
Yeah,
but my point is there's this is not new of TV exercising. Yeah.
We're not reinventing the wheel.
But my thing is, I really think when you disguise something as a game, Pokemon Go, for instance, even though it main focus on the exercise, it encourages people to do it more because, you know, there's, first of all, the game component gets you to, like, you know, it's the whole, not trying to trick you into exercising, but...
Carrot and the stick thing.
Yeah, you know, it's disguising it enough to where it can be fun. And I think, again, you don't have to buy it. You ultimately don't. And again, I don't think this was meant to be an app because primarily it was meant to be a game that you still play like any other game. So they're not telling you. Plus, I think trying to jog and do all that outside of your Switch would probably be like disastrous in some form or fashion.
Yeah, well, I don't know. In my mind, they could have done something with it.
And honestly, let's put this in perspective. Yes, it is $80. Okay, no, wait.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say I'm someone who doesn't like to go outside, who doesn't want to go to the gym. Those Apple Watches and all those other stuff, those are like $200 a pop.
Yes.
So I spend $80 one time compared to, you know, a membership and stuff. I don't have to leave my house. And if it's fun and stuff and it helps me lose weight, which apparently the Wii Fit did, which, you know, all that came was the balance board, I think it has true merit. Granted, for you who already works out, does the stuff, if you're already into that fitness stuff, yes, you have no reason to buy it, but it's not aimed at you. In the same sense that half you people with your Apple Watches, you're not exercising, you're not measuring your biometrics, you're not out there, oh, I'm going to go swim. Look at it, it's still dry. And after I stop swimming, I'm going to jog. And then, oh, look, I'm like 5 seconds better than yesterday. And then a month from now, I'm skinny because I got this watch.
I like how this turned from me ranting about Nintendo Switch to Odell ranting at Apple.
Fitness watches in general, but yes.
Yes. And I could have a whole discussion about how steps in a pedometer are not necessarily actual physical exertions.
Yeah. And like Labo, you don't have to buy them. You know, it's kind of, I think it's cool in the sense that because you couldn't do this on the PlayStation, you can't do this on the Xbox. The fact that, you know, the Switch can be this entertainment device that stems beyond video games, I think just fundamentally is amazing.
Fair enough.
The fact that, you know, I can play the latest and greatest titles like Pokemon and then take off my Joy-Con, put them in a piece of cardboard, and it's a piano. I mean, logically, if you heard this 5 years ago, like, yeah, so it's a console, it plays like all the latest games, and you can take it on the go, and you can break it apart and do this, you couldn't tell me you wouldn't think it was amazing.
Possibly.
Right.
But for me, it's not worth it, and it's not worth the price. Speaking of worth the price, streaming.
And no, we're not talking about streaming like we're going to be doing on our new show coming up. So check out the Patreon. Donate. Help us support that new show.
We are talking, of course, of the myriad of new private streaming platforms that you have to buy, really, if you want to watch the current zeitgeist of shows. Because, you know, there's Disney Plus, there's Hulu, which is also Disney Plus. There is...
Yeah, Hulu. I mean, Disney owns Hulu. That's crazy.
I think it technically only owns 66% of it.
That's enough. All right, so here's the list.
Yeah, okay.
There you go.
HBO Max, Netflix, Hulu, Showtime, CBS, Prime Video, Stars, Disney Plus, Apple TV Plus.
Yes. So those are all the latest and greatest. Those are the big boys on the block. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's probably something like, you know, Fox Sports and this and this. But in terms of multimedia shows, unique original programming, these are the big boys on the block.
And they total at $90.
Yeah, $90.91. So if you want to have HBO Max, Netflix, Hulu, Showtime, CBS, Prime Video, Disney Plus, etc., that's only $90.91 a month. And if depending on your cable subscription, if you have cable, some of these you might already just own. For example, when HBO Max comes, I'll just have it for free because I have HBO.
Mm-hmm.
And the same thing with like Stars and CBS and Showtime.
Right. So the question here being, is cable dead? I don't think it's dead yet because of, so like Odell was saying, basic cable packages, and this will vary wildly by provider, and area. But in general, your basic smattering of cable TV shows can still be got for about $60. And I myself personally have YouTube TV, which is $50.
Yeah. I'm gonna up that to just say basic is probably $100 because basic cable that come on like Showtime, HBO, like, and depending on where it is, you might have Cartoon Network or Nickelodeon. So
right, so
basically all the channels you want to watch might not be included in your basics. That's more like local, USA, TNT, stuff like that.
So I don't know. I still just don't think cable, because like you said, if the total here is 90, I don't know, I might want to watch an occasional show here and there, but it's not enough for me to buy it outright. So like my mother has Amazon Prime. I was interested in watching The Boys. I think you should watch it too.
It was a good show.
It's a good show. But am I going to subscribe the whole to it for the one time, for the one weekend of entertainment? No. I'm just going to find a way to watch it.
Well, okay, I'm not gonna lie, pirating exists.
I didn't say pirating.
I mean, but I'm just saying it does exist.
It's true.
And there are workarounds to watching certain shows. But if we're talking from, completely standby, for example, let's say you just didn't have cable and you got all of those. Because I guess people always arguing the same thing, cable, do I watch all 237 channels? Obviously not. Well, do I watch all the plethora of program on all these streaming services? Well, the answer to would be obviously not. But the caveat would be having all of them would be cheaper than having my 300-something channels.
Right. Now, that being said, I think the issue is not so much price in people's minds, but literally the number of things you have to do this, right? It's not people. I think people subconsciously
cable is lazy.
In
a sense,
I was gonna say they whiff away in their minds like, oh yeah, I bought a $500 this, $600 that, whatever. But if they're constantly having to actively swipe like their card, they become aware that they are spending a lot of money.
So yeah, you'll be aware once you see the purchase for $14.99 here, $12.99 here, $9.99 here, and it's every month. And at some place you're gonna be like, I only watched the show on Hulu once.
Right. It kind of bringing back up the subtext here of people's continuous being upset about microtransactions. They somehow get at us deeper than big purchases.
I think they would kill cable because the reason I personally still prefer cable is I like having the ability not to have to figure out what I'm going to watch in the sense that cable, this is already on, this is going to be on.
No, I wasn't trying to stop you. I was going to say, to your point, to maybe sum up here, I don't think cable is dead, but I think the clear winner in the cable wars, Roku TV. It creates cable.
Does it?
I mean, it's just, it counters everything we just said here. It puts it all in one place, and we can be like, there it is.
This is true.
Granted, you still have to open each app within Roku,
yeah,
but you just have to turn it on, which is so much easier.
If still my deal, I want my royalties. I'm going to copyright this episode. But if Disney Plus was able to have here's the Disney Plus channel where it just kind of shows stuff that's you can literally watch it anytime, but in the format of cable where this movie's going to play followed by this movie. It'd be a channel that's the action channel, the this channel.
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like I hate turning on Netflix and after 5 minutes of not knowing to watch it, there's too much choice. I can't organize this in a way where I can figure out what I want to watch. Whereas with cable, if I go to Cartoon Network, I know these shows come on Cartoon Network. I know these shows come on here. And I can discover new stuff ooh, what's this? Let me watch it while it's on.
Exactly.
Versus the infinite void of everything.
It's true. Science has proven that fewer choices makes you happier. We hope this show made you happy today. I am Jared Fradette. You can find me at Toon Balo.
I'm Odo Harmon. You can find me at Odo Harmon Jr. Please subscribe to our new Patreon. We want to thank our very first Patreon, Gabriel. Yay! Thank you for being our first subscriber. Find all the links here. Please join. We're going to create some great content. And remember, it's November. We have a Pokemon giveaway on the 16th. So, like, share, subscribe, follow us on Twitter, find out more. Have a great week, everybody.